Hey YouTubers, Nightwing19 here with my review for episode 14 of The Flash, Fallout. Not God, Grodd. We have so much to talk about. We have Grodd, we have Firestorm, so as usual, starting with the recap, Barry and Caitlin investigate the explosion and find Ronnie and Professor Stein have separated. General Eiling investigates the crater left by Ronnie and Stein's explosion and realizes that Firestorm has separated. Joe shows Barry the images from the night his mother was killed, and Barry learns that a future version of himself was trying to save his mother. Barry talks to Professor Stein and learns about the possibility of time travel. Dr. Wells visits General Eiling, who reveals that he knows Barry is the Flash and that he wants the Firestorm project. Dr. Wells gives up Professor Stein, who is tortured by Eiling until Ronnie shows up to save him. Ronnie and Professor Stein are forced to reunite to survive Eiling's military onslaught. Merging properly this time, Ronnie and Professor Stein work together to control the Firestorm matrix within them, gaining enough control to be able to merge and separate on command. The pair decide to leave Central City to stay ahead of Eiling and learn more about their new powers. The Reverse Flash kidnaps Eiling and brings him to the sewers. He reveals himself to be Dr. Wells and allows Grodd, who is displaying psychic abilities, to drag Eiling deeper into the sewer. So, overall, I'm giving this episode a 9. It was a really great episode that details more about Firestorm, and plus it even gave us Grodd in the end again. By the end of the episode, Ronnie and Stein were capable of properly operating the Firestorm Matrix. General Eiling was attempting to figure out how the Firestorm Matrix operates, and he had failed to do so. I predicted in last week's episode that Eiling would be able to understand a degree of the Firestorm Matrix, and thus he would create Captain Atom. He didn't get any information on the Matrix, so Captain Atom probably not going to show up in Season 2. I mean, he still could, but if they wanted to show Captain Atom in a big way, they would have teased that for this season and then introduced that into Season 2. But either way, he could show up in Season 2 or he couldn't. Eiling, by the end of the episode, was taken down by the sewers by Wells, and he was dragged away by Grodd. Grodd was seen possessing psychic abilities, so that shows that the show is really trying to invest a lot on Grodd. In the comics, he possesses the same abilities that he had in this episode. This is the third time we've seen Grodd this season. His most recent appearance was 2 episodes ago, so I won't be surprised if he comes back again this season. Hopefully Grodd will be like the big bad of Season 2. Grodd is a very big villain of the Flash in the comics, so the writers could make him the primary villain of the second season. They could either do that or turn Eddie Thawne into the Hunter Zolomon Reverse Flash. In this episode, Barry learns that he's going to go back in time the night his mom died, and that he even declared. Barry learns that he goes back in time to the night his mom died, and he declared that he will go back in time to save his mom. He even stated that he will learn from the images, so he knows what mistakes he made so he won't make them again. Seems like the writers are going to bring about the Flashpoint storyline. I explained the basics of Flashpoint in my last Flash review for episode 13. I recommend that you watch the Flashpoint Paradox animated movie. It will explain everything about Flashpoint, and it's worth to watch. It's a great movie. Flashpoint really focused on the whole DC universe. However, on the show, they'll focus on the Flash, and they might even spill some of Flashpoint into Arrow too. It won't affect Arrow itself, like you won't see it happen on the show, but you'll just see Flashpoint, Oliver Queen, and everyone else from Arrow on the Flash. So now the Easter eggs. I already explained Firestorm, Grodd. Coast City and Midway City were mentioned. Coast City is the hometown of the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, and Midway City is the hometown of the Silver Age Hawkman and the Silver Age Hawkgirl. So now to top 5 moments, starting with number 5. Ronnie and Professor Stein successfully separate.
Tell me your name.
Ronnie Raymond.
Okay.
It's me.
Pardon me, but obviously I need a change of clothes.
Nice to see you in the flesh again, Professor Stein. We're coming home. All of us.
Number 4. Team Flash discusses the possibilities of time travel. I really like how Cisco uses Terminator and Back to the Future to explain time travel to Joe. Cisco makes a lot of references to pop culture. Even the shirts that he wears sometimes are nods to pop culture, so that's what I really like about this character.
Assuming you could create the conditions necessary to take that journey, well, that journey would then be fraught with potential pitfalls. The Nabokov principle of self-consistency, for example.
Wait, the what now? If you travel back in time to change something, then you end up being the causal factor of that event.
Like Terminator.
Or is time plastic? Is it mutable, whereby any changes to the continuum could create an alternate timeline?
Back to the Future?
Oh, saw that one too.
Doc Brown, tremendous picture.
Right. So what's the answer?
I might be a clever guy, Joe, but if you're asking me to give you a working theory on how to travel through time, I'm afraid I just can't do that.
Number 3, Barry plans to go back in time to save his mom.
I don't know how, and I don't know when, but one day soon, I'm gonna be in this house again, 15 years ago, and I'm gonna fail. Unless this time I don't.
What are you saying?
Knowing that I'm supposed to lose gives me the advantage. Those images are a lesson in what not to do. When I face off against the man in yellow, I won't make the same mistake twice.
You're gonna change the past.
Joe, I'm gonna save my mom.
Number 2, Firestorm versus General Eiling. The visual effects for Firestorm were really great. The effects on the show aren't the best, but the effects for Firestorm were fantastic. It's like the production team spent a little more money on the effects for Firestorm.
Rubble, there's more of them.
This ends now.
Yes, it does. For both of you. An ion grenade just bombarded your cellular structure with enough ions to destabilize your matrix. Mr. Raymond, Professor Stein, you are both fine Americans. Your country thanks you for your sacrifice.
That was a lot of running.
And my number 1 moment, Grodd's return.
Harrison, you're one of them. A metahuman.
Yes, I am. And I protect my own.
Who is that?
Now that is an old friend of ours.
That voice is in my head. Dear God. Not God.
So what do you guys think? Did you like this episode? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more reviews on The Flash. Subscribe to my other channel, Jedi450, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr for updates on The Flash, Arrow, Gotham, and more. Thanks for watching. Bye.